What did your friend do that accidentally turned you on? I had a friend who I hung out with during high school. We would make our homework together and always study together for the big tests. She was attractive, but I never looked at her that way. One day when we were in the library studying, I noticed that she wore a different perfume. When I asked about it, she came very close to me and made me sniff her neck. I never knew that I could get a bonus so fast. After that, things went further and eventually we got married years later lol. Congratulations on the wedding. Congratulations on the boner. I got a boner and later we got married. Why can't all things be this simple? Decide to randomly put their legs on your lap to sleep while in a car. I imagine this is much worse if you have a foot fetish lol. Imagine being on Reddit for almost 6 years and then your most popular comment ever is a foot fetish related comment with a wholesome reward. Don't have a foot fetish, she's just very attractive. Did you get a boner? Because that would be awkward. I always went by an abbreviation of my name. He was the only person to always use my full name. Don't know why, but always made me weak. Edit. My dad didn't call me by my full name. The daddy comments are creeping me out. And my name is Eloise, but people would call me L. Big group. 2 others share my first name, so all 3 of us were called by our last names. She would call me by my first name, and the other 2 by their last. I know that feel. Lem guess, you never did anything with that glaringly obvious information. I did. She nastily rejected me. We stopped talking for a year, and went back to being on good terms. I was off from college for about a week. I came back, and a friend of mine who I hung out with every day ran up and hugged me, but as she hugged me, she jumped and wrapped her legs around me, and we were just looking at each other. Should have just went for it, but alas, I only realized after the fact months later. If I could go back in time, I'd punch myself in the balls. Damn poor girl. I don't know what else to do. I tried literally throwing myself at him, but he just stared at me. Then he started violently uppercutting himself in the gonads. I genuinely laughed at this. In high school, a girl I hung out with changed clothes in front of me on the basis that, well, you've seen me in a bikini so whatever, and I was like, yup. I was making coffee in my AeroPress for us and pressing slowly on the top of it like you're supposed to when she shouldered me over a little and leaned on my hand to push it down faster. It was cute as duck and I'll never forget it. Edit. Oh shit. This is too many upvotes. She's gonna see it. Hi. Sorry. Damn /r/coffee has finally primed itself for horny jail. They also all have murderous rage because he pressed the button too fast. A girl I became friends with on a school trip in high school fell asleep on my shoulders on the ride back. I'm 28 and I'm still coasting on that memory. Why do some girls become forever ingrained in men's brains? Was she really pretty? It's more the fact that she trusted him enough to do that. That type of trust is hard to come by. I slept over my friend's house because it was late and I didn't feel like driving home. She walks out of the room to change into what she sleeps in, which was a sleeveless band shirt with holes in it. The armholes were stretched and showed side boob, no bra, and just underwear bottoms. I made a move and we are married now. She insists to this day that she had no intention of seducing me. It's just what she's comfortable sleeping in. I remember a girl classmate friend liking the smell of my deodorant and just grabbing onto my arm and then proceed to walk beside me. What kind of deodorant? Nivea Men Fresh Active Deodorant. Write that down. When I was a junior, I grew my hair out and had it cut to a 10-tail. I'm sitting in class one day and my classmate behind me starts gently running her fingers through it. I melted into my chair. Fingers through hair pushes one to horniness levels which shouldn't be possible. Washing your S.O's hair is one of the most romantic things you can do. Boyle quote. Noise. Choked me playfully. Shocked the hell out of me. Now Christian. Remember Jesus. That sounds like something the priest would say while choking you. Playfully. No, it's a threat. The priest's grip tightens around your throat. Now Christian, remember Jesus. Squeeze. You'll be seeing him soon. We were sitting on her couch watching Thor Ragnarok. Finished our Chinese food. She went got a pint of Ben & Jerry's out of her freezer and she sat sideways half on my lap and took turns taking a bite and feeding me a bite. It was oddly intimate, but she'd made it clear she was convinced if we started to date we'd end up married and she wasn't sure she was ready for that. 6 months later we were dating. 6 months after that we were married, coming up on our 2-year anniversary. Absolutely ducking wholesome. When she put her hand on the back of her neck while leaning on the table and her eyes never left yours while listening to you. Instant turn on. Yes, I can picture this way too easily. The question should have been, when did you miss obvious signals that your friend is DTF judging by all the replies? Half of me is happy that these people weren't trying to take advantage, but the other half is like, how did you misunderstand that? Edit. From the replies to this comment, I'm gathering that my perspective as a woman is more fine-tuned to picking up on when another woman is making a move. Good on you all for hesitating, if you're not 100% sure. A group of us went to a firework display, and during the usual louder and bigger finale fireworks she jumped, grabbed my arm tight, and didn't let go. Not sure what happened inside me, but yeah, that did it. That's some anime shit right there. Now we just need the part where she confessed, but the fireworks were too loud, and you couldn't hear it. Have this friend of mine. One day at home, while we were drinking with some other friends, she started singing. At that moment I looked at her, and didn't just see my friend. I saw a very attractive young woman. I sometimes still see that moment, when I look at her, and shake the thought away. About a year ago I had the same thing with my girlfriend, before we got together. I have had a thing for her for quite a while when this happened, but in that one night, where she drove me home from a festival at like 4 in the morning, she started to sing randomly to a song I happened to like very much at the time, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I must have stared, because suddenly she stopped and asked if I stared because I liked it, or because of something else. So then I told her that I really liked her singing, which she obviously denied because her singing was horrible. We said goodbye, and I thought about what happened for the next few days. A week later I decided to ask her out, and we are still together 1 year later. Edit. Quite a few people have asked which song it was that she sang along to. I unfortunately can't remember which song it was, but I like it was a song still popular at the time, similar to Lewis Capaldi's Someone You Loved, but not that one, since it wasn't out at the time. Edit second. Thanks to you/Alpenglo I found out which song it was. It was Be Alright by Dean Lewis people. Edit third. Could actually have been Someone You Loved, since he apparently played it live before he released it in late 2019, as you/with Reggae for Human Life pointed out to me, but I don't know. I like both songs very much. The power of the SpongeBob theme song. I was once speaking to this customer and I couldn't understand her because of her thick Russian accent, so my coworker stepped in and started speaking fluent Russian, and I swear it was the hottest thing ever. I definitely have a thing for accents, because that shit was putting me in some type of mood. Duck. You're definitely a sleeper agent, just saying. She asked me to touch her thigh. She was very proud of them after working out. Little did she know I really like thighs. We are engaged now. Narrator. She knew. Whisper in my ear. Instant boner. Omelette du fromage. Ruffled my hair. It wasn't that big a deal, but she was one of my close friends and that just, wow. Benjamin, I thought you were gay. No, you're the one who's gay. His name is missing punctuation. It should be, you're gay, friend. Benjamin. I had a friend lick my face as a joke, because she was one of those girls that thought they were quirky or different for acting like a weirdo or something. It was like freshman year of high school. It was definitely strange as hell, but Jesus Christ did she awaken something in me. I wasn't even particularly attracted to her. I was just licked, and I felt the arousal creeping in, and I'm standing there like, oh god, oh duck please. Don't get a boner, duck duck duck, no 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 no. I used to be precisely that girl, So nice to know that maybe just maybe I gave someone their sexual awakening. P. He was driving, and I was riding shotgun. He had to reverse to parallel park and turned his torso towards me, putting his arm around my seat in order to look back. He did that so confidently and effortless that it made me feel a little funny. You mean my good parking skills could actually be useful? She was pulling me like aggressively but playfully. There came this weird comfort I had never felt even from my parents. Lol. It's weird. It isn't a known feeling though, so when it happens for the first time, it scares you. At the school dance, a friend who I had a crush on came over and sat on my lap, despite there being plenty of free chairs next to me, and just casually had a conversation. Edit. Geez, when I posted this, I never expected it to get this much attention, let alone get awards, so thank you for them. This is my most upvoted thing on Reddit ever, which is crazy. Anyway, to all who wanted to know, she was not into me the same way I was into her, as I found out a while later when I got told we were just friends. So to whoever asked if we smashed, I regret to inform you that we did not. Also, I'm aware the thread said accidentally, and I'm pretty sure that she wasn't trying to turn me on, but it did haha. She knew and was ducking with you, or trying to get you to make a move. You never know. Maybe she's Canadian or something. My high school crush was sitting on a table during class and pulled me close to her and wrapped her legs around my waist to not let me leave. She was in cross country, so her legs had some decent power on them. Right after, she grabbed my arm and gently bit my forearm. Little did I know, she awakened two new things in me. Yeah, I'm sure that was completely accidental, not dropping hints or anything. She was probably just being polite. You can never be too sure. This was 5 years back in high school. A female friend and I were put in a group together for a science project. We met up after school at her place because no one was home and she didn't want to drive over to my place. As I was sitting on my laptop and reading, she scratched my forearm with her nails to get my attention. Man, her look in her eyes and the scratches. I still remember that. The look in her eyes that meant, "Don't sit on your laptop, we have chairs." This is legit some shit my wife would say mayo. A colleague friend took care of my wounded knee during work. We were alone in the canteen, and he was very sweet and caring. Guess I'm not used to that. Me. I cut my hand at a previous job pretty good, and my coworker came, and he bandaged my hand up, and I was like, darn boy. Just being cared for like that is such a turn on. We were both drunk at a friend's house party, and I playfully pulled her hair to get her attention. She gasped, and then gave a happy little moan. What made it hotter was the way she gripped the seat of her chair with both hands, and encouraged me to do it again, and so I ended up playing with her hair all night. I still think about her gorgeous bliss-filled face, though sadly we never took it any further. Bro. She's practically edging off you pulling her hair, and she asks you to do it again to the point where you're doing it all night, and it didn't go any further? You missed a wide open layup, my dude. As have we all. Youth is wasted on the young. Pet my head. I'm sensitive up there. Didn't do shit, but we were rock climbing, and the rope was too tight, so he helped me untie it, so he got close enough for me to catch his smell, and he actually smelled so good. Instant turn on. Might seem weird, but it is what it is. DNOP wasn't sweating BC, he belayed me. Pheromones. Look it up. I think it's fascinating. I dated a guy who at first I thought smelled good, but the longer we dated and the more I got to know him, his natural scent drastically changed and the smell of him made me queasy. There was this one incident where me and this pretty girl went out for a long drive. We drank a bit, and on the return she was tired and put her head on my lap while I was driving. Pretty sure she felt my dick. That move is called a scouting mission. Reconnaissance. Scouting ahead. Have had several female friends bite me in a playful manner. Turned me on every single time. And she probably knew. We were sleeping in the same bed after a night out at our friend's flat, and she told me to spoon with her because she was cold. You know that was a hint, right? Question mark? Right. I'm cold. Please put your junk against my butt. Probably wasn't accidental, but I was drinking with a friend of mine one night, and she was witching about her boyfriend at the time. I had always been interested in her, but I also respected it when she got into relationships. Even though I really didn't like this guy she was with, she said she was gonna go to bed, and that I could crash on the couch, since I had been drinking. She started stretching in front of me, and said that she always stretches before bed. Now I wouldn't have questioned this, but she was sticking her ass right in my face, and she was getting into some pretty suggestive poses on the floor. She went to bed, and the next day thanked me for letting her vent. A lot of people told me she was trying to duck, and I should went for it, but she had been drinking, and had a boyfriend, so there were 2 red flags for me, to not even try. Good on you for following your heart. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel for more curated daily Reddit stories.